Alright guys, Papa Pepper here, and I wanted to do a quick video about when copperheads attack. Because a lot of people are terrified about venomous snakes, a lot of other things. I've actually got one staring me down right now about 18 inches or less from my body. And I want to talk to you about when they attack. So we'll put the camera on him for a second and we'll discuss. This here is a copperhead. Like many pit vipers, they'll be nocturnal. You can see it's got its heat pits turned towards me, and it was also sniffing pretty well. Now, a couple things you should understand. This snake wants nothing to do with me. If it wasn't sitting still and I walked up on it, they would probably immediately take off the other direction. This snake wishes me no ill will. It has no desire to really even interact with me. At the moment, it just happens to be where I am. My hand is probably about a foot from this snake right now, but it's not really S'd up in strike mode, so it can only strike probably about 7 or 8 inches, so I've got about 4 inches of leeway of safety. Now, when a copperhead attacks, it's normally a very simple thing that happens. What happens is somebody comes along and with their shoe, they step on it or they step near it. When they do that, the snake that they didn't see bites them in self-defense. So when it attacks, it really retaliates. It sees you as a potential threat and it chooses to bite you. Another thing that could happen is it could be laying in leaf litter or under a bush or something like that, somewhere where it blends in pretty good. You can see it's brown on brown, kind of a tan with a dark brown on it, and it's got the Hershey Kiss shaped little pattern. The broad-banded ones down in Texas, a little different, but this is just kind of the common copperhead around here. Let's see if we... So if you, say, kick a soccer ball into the bushes and there's a copperhead there and you reach in to get your ball, it's already been disturbed at that point by the soccer ball. You reach in, it could sink its fangs in you at that point. Again, it sees you as a threat. It chooses to defend itself. Or, most commonly, with a lot of venomous snakes, there's only 2 real ways that people get bit, especially around here. The one is that accidental encounter where you don't see the snake, it sees you, considers you to be a threat. And then the other one is when you try to grab them. When people try to handle snakes, it's a good time for them to get bit. Personally, I like using these. I'll zoom out for a minute. And when I use those, I can just grab it behind its head. See, it didn't even try to bite me there yet. It still hasn't tried to bite. I now have it by the neck, but it still hasn't even tried to bite me. I'm going to switch around so I can grab it by its neck quick and show you guys just a moment. Okay, let's see. Hold on, buddy. Come here. Okay, there we go. So, what I just did is grabbed it. And like I said, when people grab these, that's another great time for them to get bit. You got to be careful because you don't want to get bit. If I had a free hand, I could show you those fangs. But anyway, as with many things, these snakes are just trying to live their lives. They really don't care much about us, and they really don't want much to do with us. We've got nothing to do with their food, so therefore we're only seen as predators. This thing's kind of sticking out a little bit right there. But anyway, when they attack, it's normally out of self-defense. If you keep your area clear of habitat for them, like log piles, brush, that type of stuff, if you allow the leaf litter, low-lying brushes cleaned up, and if you're careful anytime you're walking outside, because these guys do have good camouflage, your chances of encountering them are going to be reduced. And if you don't accidentally stumble upon one, just stay away from them and don't try to grab them when you do see them. Then you're pretty much going to be safe and they won't quote unquote attack you. Never been chased by one of these. I've seen them take off and had to chase them before, often just to relocate them from an area where people don't appreciate them. I'd rather not see them just die for no reason. But anyway, that's just a little bit about when copperheads attack. Oh yeah, it's like right up against my face now, right? People don't like that, but I'm in control at the moment. All right.